Have the Dodgers suddenly become vulnerable, or are the Cubs proving they're a legitimate National League powerhouse? That's the question hanging over Wrigley Field tonight as Chicago sends one of its hottest pitchers, Matthew Boyd, to the mound against a Los Angeles team that's searching for answers after an unusually rough stretch. On paper, this looks like just another regular season game in early August. But if you've been following the National League race, you know it's much bigger than that. The Dodgers still own one of baseball's best records, but they've stumbled recently, including getting swept by the Red Sox before arriving in Chicago. Meanwhile, the Cubs have quietly been playing some of their best baseball of the season, turning what once looked like an uncertain year into one filled with legitimate postseason expectations. One of the biggest reasons for that turnaround has been Matthew Boyd. After dealing with injuries earlier this season, including knee surgery that temporarily sidelined him, Boyd has returned looking like the reliable veteran Chicago desperately needed. Since coming back, he's been putting together dominant outings, limiting hard contact and giving the Cubs quality innings nearly every time he takes the ball. Over his recent stretch, he's allowed very few runs while helping stabilize a rotation that battled injuries for much of the year. But here's where things get interesting. The Dodgers aren't exactly used to being the team with questions surrounding them. Even with stars throughout the lineup, they've struggled recently against left-handed pitching. And tonight, they'll be facing yet another southpaw. In fact, this game continues a stretch where Los Angeles has had to adjust to multiple left-handed starters in a row, making Boyd's matchup even more intriguing. Of course, writing off the Dodgers would be a mistake. This is still a roster loaded with talent, experience, and players who know how to respond when expectations are highest. Even during difficult stretches, teams like Los Angeles rarely stay quiet for long. That's part of what makes tonight's game so compelling. Is this simply a temporary slump, or is it the beginning of a more serious concern as the postseason gets closer? The pitching matchup adds another layer of drama. Los Angeles is expected to counter with left-hander Justin Wrobleski, who's had an impressive season overall despite struggling in his most recent outing. His ability to avoid walks has been one of the best in the National League, but he'll be challenged by a Cubs lineup that's been exceptionally patient at the plate and has consistently forced opposing pitchers into long at-bats. What also makes this series fascinating is the playoff atmosphere surrounding it. Both clubs are firmly in the postseason conversation, and many around baseball see this matchup as a preview of what October could look like. The Cubs have steadily climbed into contention behind improved pitching and timely hitting, while the Dodgers remain one of the league's measuring sticks despite their recent struggles. Every inning this week could provide valuable clues about where each team really stands. There's another storyline that fans shouldn't overlook. Chicago has overcome an incredible number of pitching injuries this season, yet they've continued to win games. That's a credit not only to Boyd's return but also to the resilience of a roster that refused to let adversity define its season. Instead of fading from the playoff picture, the Cubs have kept finding ways to compete, and now they're welcoming one of baseball's biggest franchises into one of the sport's most iconic ballparks with plenty of confidence. Meanwhile, the Dodgers know every game matters. Even powerhouse teams can lose momentum if a slump lingers too long, especially with October getting closer. The recent defensive mistakes, inconsistent pitching, and difficulty producing against quality left-handers have raised questions that fans aren't accustomed to asking about this organization. The good news for Los Angeles is that elite teams often respond when challenged. Tonight could be that opportunity. So when the first pitch is thrown at Wrigley Field, don't think of this as just another game on a long baseball schedule. Think of it as two contenders trying to make a statement. The Cubs want to prove they're ready to compete with baseball's elite. The Dodgers want to remind everyone why they're still considered one of the favorites to reach the World Series. And if this really is a playoff preview, fans could be in for one of the most entertaining matchups of the week. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Prime Wire, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news. Thanks for watching.